Shalom, family. Back again, once again, to make another little quick video, another edition of Spiritual Food for Thought. Well, family, as I always say, I hope all is well in your world in spite of all the stuff going on. We know constantly we're at a time now where something's constantly going on. And, these things are going on to really try to take away our peace, take away our focus, get our minds off the Most High and what's going on. As in reality, we're in the process of being delivered from this world. And the world is going to do everything it can to distract you, to keep you caught up in its things and stuff and things, that really, they're no relevance to us who know that we're at a place now that we're fast approaching, family, that we're not going to be able to be at peace being a part of this world and this system. This is the very thing that's truly letting us know, family, that, our time here is about up. And it's time to go on to the next level of understanding as the Father delivers the wheat from the tares and separate the sheep from the goats. Because, family, as we continue to be birthed in the Spirit and receive the understanding of His divine love in our minds, family, we know we don't belong here. And in reality, we don't desire any longer to continue to be a part of this. So, this is one of the reasons I know I continue to pray that, Father, please prepare us for what we about to have to deal with. And basically, family, we got two choices as children of the Most High. Two paths, basically, what I mean. Because we're going to be drawn according to the nature of the choice that the Father has already made for us, that He's chosen. And it's going to be about, it's either as we continue to look at the things around us and see how they're continuing trying to choke us out and make it very basically that unless we comply with the things that they desire, it's choking us out. And as I said, our deliverance is at hand now. And the bottom line is we're just at a place right now, family, that, it's going to be, we going to either be giving up to ghosts to not be a part of this system. Which is why I continue to pray and I continue to try to encourage others to pray. Because, being honest too. I'm not talking about faith and none of that stuff. I'm talking about being honest and real. I can speak for myself, but I know there's others out there that believe and feel the same way. Father, I can't honestly say that I understand truly or know what your will is moving forward. I just know now that it's coming to the place that I can't continue to be a part of this world and live in peace. The bottom line is, Father, whatever your will is, help me to understand your will for my life. I pray this for all my brothers and sisters as well. But just speaking on myself right now. Father, if it's time to give up the ghosts, then I pray that you bring forth everything that you've invested in me that's going to prepare me for as that time unfolds, that I can give up the ghosts in dignity and in thankfulness and humility as a child of yours, representing you. If this is my time to give up the ghost, so be it. Hallelujah. All praise, golden ticket to the kingdom. But if it's for you to make some other type of preserve me in some other way, then bring me to the understanding I need to walk into that thing as that be your will. Because I don't put no limitations on the Most High. I know that the Most High, if that's what He chooses to do, family, He could preserve us right in the presence of our enemies and they wouldn't even know we're there. So I just, for myself personally, and I do pray that same thing for my brothers and sisters out there. Father, bring us into the understanding that we can come into agreement with whatever your will is and whichever way you chose to preserve us. Because if it's giving up the ghost, you preserving us. We gonna inherit the kingdom one way or another. So the bottom line is, Father, it's about us understanding so that we can come in agreement to whatever your will is in this transition period where it's about to be impossible for us, those of us who love the Most High, to continue to be at peace with this world and be able to be conformed any longer to their way of life. And as I said, as the Father is nature, the power of the Father is nature. He is going to use nature as he makes us one and fills us with the spirit of his divine love to understand the things of nature. So then it's through nature he's going to deliver us. Okay? Because when he talked about our deliverance, he said, no man abide. So the ways of man ain't going to deliver us from this. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be the power of the Most High and the favor of the Most High in however way he chooses to do it. So the bottom line is, family, like I said, this is why I continue to say, please, 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 please seek the Most High for yourself so you can understand his will for your life and stop living off of hearsay of others. Because as I said, man didn't create us. You know what I'm saying? And the bottom line is, so only our Creator can have our answers that we need to overcome this about to befold us. So this is why I continue to say, family, please seek the Most High for yourself so you can understand his will for your life and his call up on your life so that you can be what and who he desires you to be in this hour as he brings you into the kingdom of the Most High as one of those that he chose. And so, with that said, family, before I move on, I just want to say that I'm no teacher. I ain't carrying no titles, and I'm just an ordinary layman, just trying to find the Father's will for my life and encourage my brothers and sisters to do the same, to seek him out for yourself. Because the bottom line is, as I said, family, the priesthood of men has been the thing that the powers of darkness has used to corrupt this whole world and to keep us separated from the Father. Because we've been taught to submit to the authority of others. And the bottom line is, family, as Yahushua came and showed us the example of what the Father desired, as he showed us the heart of the Father. He showed us how to have dialogue with the Father and how the Father has dialogue with us. He showed us all these things. He was a priest as an example. He showed us the example of how we come into our priesthood. Because the priesthood is about living the kingdom, the ways of the kingdom. It's not just talking and running our mouths and talking about what it's going to be like and all that kind of stuff. When the scriptures even plainly said that eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, nor has it entered into the heart of man the things that the Most High has prepared for those who love him. So what does that say? See, man is just speculating about different things and stuff. And he's doing a lot of this speculation based on the words of others and what he learned from other people. But in his heart of hearts, does he know that his mind one with the Spirit of the Most High in him to actually understand what the kingdom is in the first place? You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, this is why we must receive the revelation of the Spirit, family, the Spirit of the Father, to show us plainly what we dealing with and what we headed for, and what we in the midst of. So, family, with that said, what I wanted to touch on a little bit is just to bring forth this reality to our minds. This topic just simply says created by media. As we look at our lives, and what I'm saying now, family, is being honest. All BSing aside, being honest with yourself. We all have to be honest with ourselves in the presence of our Creator. And this is the beauty of what the baptism of the Ruach does. It causes us to be naked. In other words, honest before the Most High. Because we can't hide nothing from our Creator. That's straight madness. That's why He's the Creator. Because everything we are, even up to this point, family, is what He's allowed us to be. So guess what? What does that mean? How does He know our thoughts are far off? How does He know what we're going to say before we say it? How does He know what we're going to do before we do it? How is that? How is that? Being honest, because He's our Creator. And everything that's caused us to make, every choice and decision throughout our lives is based on the understanding He allowed us to have at that time. So we made choices and different things, and to prove that as created beings, we are controlled by a higher power. How many times have we looked back and said, if I knew then what I know now, I would have made a different choice? Exactly. Exactly proves the point. We are created beings and we are being controlled. We are being manipulated by the forces of darkness based on our ignorance of the absolute truth of the Father's divine love that causes us to walk contrary to that. So the bottom line is, when I just read that little title, created by the media, honestly, if we look at our whole lives, that's what we've been raised by. That's what we've been created by. This is why the world is the way it is. It's the way why we're the way we are. Because what? We have been taught and controlled by the media. What's media? External information is media. One of the things that spirits of divination are called, what are they called? Mediums. They're communicators. Communicators other than the Spirit of the Most High that's within us. Those who He's chosen. Those that He's imparted, imputed His righteousness, which is the Spirit of the Most High. See, because in reality, as far as being born of the Spirit, we're taught from within. It's the Father Himself teaching us by His Spirit. Okay? So as we be shaped and formed from within, which is the absolute truth of His divine love, see, that's His creation. These are His children, His people. Okay? Taught anything from around us is secondhand knowledge. It's half-truths. It's straight-up lies. Lies are truths out of season. So the bottom line is, nothing that comes to us from around us, family, is pure. It's been tainted by the evil and the spirit of pride that permeates itself through this existence. Pride is an existence that exists outside the absolute truth of the Most High power. So what is that? It's lies. Okay? And lies are for what? Lies are for the purpose of deceiving those who the lies are being told to. First, distracting them by things that are really irrelevant to what's before them. See, what's before us is the absolute presence of our Creator. See, people talk about the judgment. Family, we've been judged right now as we go through this experience in life. We're in the presence. We standing in the presence of the Most High power, but our pride keeps us from seeing that. Keeps us from realizing that. So we're so caught up in the spirit of our own self-awareness that we can't see in the spirit what's going on. So we caught up in this realm of our five senses that's subject to, and we live by that. And all that is a consciousness or awareness that's a place where our senses, the spirit of our senses, have to be stimulated. And we want it to be stimulated by things that make us feel good, that lift us up, that make us more self-aware. You know what I'm saying? Spirit of pride. And so the bottom line is, as long as we're subject to the spirit of the pride, family, we in our flesh. And as we in our flesh, what does that mean? Yep, you can't see, you can't hear, you can't touch, taste, or smell the kingdom of the Most High. And the kingdom of the Most High is the oneness of nature. Like I said, the spirit of his divine love means oneness, where all of his creation is one with him. So therefore, we're able to be one with each other. And then we're able to be one with our fellow creatures. And then we're able to be one with the earth and who he brought us all forth from, which is our mother. Where he's our father, the earth is our mother. But in the flesh, we have no understanding of that. Because the spirit of pride makes us believe that we're supposed to rule the Father's creation. So we're supposed to come in this world and have our way. Everything that lifts us up and gratifies us. So what have we been experiencing since we can remember? Where did our teaching and learning come from since we can remember? It's the media. It's the media. All of us. Even before television. What was the media before television and radios and all of this stuff of technology today? What was the media? What was the real media? Books, writings. And usually the media was under the control of those who are in authority over the people. Before these modern times, what was the media? The scrolls and writings of men, right? Who had control and possession of those? The leaders did. And so when the people heard the teachings supposedly about the Creator, they got those teachings based on those writings and those scrolls that was in the possession of a few. And what did them few do with that? They controlled the masses through the information they spoke out their mouth that was written in a book. Okay? So people basically accepted the lives, the things that they were taught and told by men. As I said, man is the earthen vessel. Fallen man is the earthen vessels that the powers of darkness have used to corrupt this whole existence. It's the spirit of pride. So the bottom line is, pride is anything that's that's against the perfect will of his divine love. Spirit of his divine love makes everything one, makes all things one. The spirit of hate separates all things. It divides. They say divide and conquer. It's a true statement. See, if we all knew our place and understood our place as far as the Most High is concerned, this would be a totally different world. And if it was meant to come into that place and be that way based on the media, the world would be a different place. So the bottom line is, the condition of this world is based on the teachings of the media, which is the words and traditions of men. Fallen men that's been under the influence of Hasatan, which is the spirits of darkness. The rulers of the darkness of this world and spiritual wickedness in high places. And them high places is the places of our mind, because our minds is the pinnacle of these earthen vessels. And so as the powers of darkness have possessed these pinnacles in these earthen vessels, thus the world is the way it is right now. Like I said, family, we exist in hell right now. And the bottom line is no getting out of it, getting around it. Because it is a process that the Father chose to create us, to make us whole, as we experience this place. As we experience this existence of pride and arrogance and everything that's against the divine love of the Most High Power that makes this creation one. We're being brought through this experience that the Spirit of the Most High has been proved that He invested in those of us who desire and seek and continue to seek and search Him out. Because as created beings we realize that without the Most High Power, we are nothing. And we can't be nothing. We can't even exist. Because any existence outside the perfect will of the Most High Power is really just the process of creation. And it's doomed for destruction, because after the Most High get done using this to process us, to clean us up, to sift us in everything He desires to do, to prove the investment that those who He has imputed His righteousness to, which is the baptism of the Holy Spirit, that we're going to love and seek out and stand with the Most High no matter what it costs us and no matter what we got to go through, even unto death. So we got to understand, family, this world that exists right now, this was created by the media of man's pride, his understanding, to the point where his sexual union with the powers of darkness has brought all this about. And I say the sexual union, the union of the mind, has brought all this about. With the mind of the powers of darkness, the spirit of pride, where created beings decide that they're supposed to rule the creation of the Most High Power. And they have no understanding of self. And if they understood self, they'd understand that the only one that Most High meant for us to rule as created beings is ourselves. Because He's the creator. Only He has the right to rule His creation. And even at this time of our making, okay, He's ruling His creation. Because all spirits is subject to Him, whether they light or dark, whether it's good or evil. The Most High run it all. And the thing, in our ignorance, we haven't understood ourselves as created. The Most High does everything with purpose. There ain't nothing that really exists. If it ain't got no purpose, it ain't existing. And when we talk about bringing forth the purpose, ultimately is bringing forth His divine kingdom. So this realm of His permissive will, where He has to allow the battle of good and evil to play itself out, it's a necessary part of our creation, because ultimately it's what's going to make our creation real. And so as we come to understand things, family, this is when we're able to comply. This is when we're able to repent. This is when we're able to walk in obedience to the Most High, because we understand now. So there's no doubt in that. You know what I'm saying? Because to be brought into that place of His divine love, that's an absolute truth. And only absolute truth can stand in the presence of the Most High Power. Period. Period. So this realm here is the realm of His permissive will, where there is no absolute truth. So the only way we can come into the absolute truth of the Most High, we must be born again. So that means by His Spirit, we must be taught from within, to break the spell of being taught by the media around us from without. So this realm is a result of being taught by the media. Media is a communicator. And the bottom line is, so what's the source of that information? See, if it ain't from the Most High, the absolute truth of the Creator from within, then it's from Hasatan, that other voice in the garden, which is the spirit of man's pride, that causes him to deify himself, to walk in opposition to the perfect will of the Most High and the spirit of His divine love. So ultimately, all we can do in our fallen state is to walk in a spirit of self-hatred. That's why we're destructive in nature. That's why we ultimately, in our flesh, we're going to destroy ourselves, or we're going to destroy others by our behavior, by the deception we permeate as we walk in the ways of this world. So it's all about destroying self and the world around us. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. And the only way we can be delivered from that, and that not be our fate, is to be born of the Spirit. So to keep seeking and searching out our Creator, the Most High Power Elohim, to show us the truth that He has for our lives. You know, who are we in His eyes? You know what I'm saying? What's our purpose? As our Creator, how do we serve You, Father? You know, I'm a created being. I don't know nothing but what You've allowed me to see up until this time. So now I want to know the truth. Because this life has come to the point that it don't make no sense no more. And it absolutely does not make sense to continue to live a life that don't make sense. So the bottom line is, family, in order to even desire to live, we got to have a purpose and a reason. And see, the things of this world, the media of this world continues to distract us. So we go on as we continue to seek after these things that they put before us. You see what I'm saying? So it takes your mind off of that place where you come to the point where you're actually saying, I don't want to do this no more. This life is insane. This can't be it. See, that's the draw of the Spirit, bring you to that place, family, where you realize you really need your Creator. You really need a purpose and a reason to live, because it's like as we continue to be caught up in the cares of this life and the things of this world, we actually living a life without hope. Because these lies and these temporary things that stimulate our senses, that keep us going on in the lie that we've been taught by the media. The media has always been around, because ever since man been able to open his mouth and speak, and he's been under the control of Hasatan, which is the spirit of his own pride, it's been the media. Now the forms of the media has evolved over the years, because it was word of mouth, and then they put word of mouth in books, made them accessible to only certain people in control, in leadership. So then that word of mouth went from their mouth to other people's ears. So people live by them words they received in their ears, based on a religious spirit. And so over time, it's evolved, media has evolved into what we see today. Evolved into radios and televisions and, you know, even this thing I'm making this video on. All of this stuff of technology and all of this stuff. It's all media that's under the control of the powers of darkness and the spirit of man's pride. So the media has created this world that we exist in, and it continues to evolve into more darkness. And ultimately that darkness is being separated from the presence of the Most High Power's divine love that would make us all one. But it continues to separate us as it continues to pump up the pride of man that continues to make him his own God. Okay? So the bottom line is that's being separated from the Father. So what is that? can't possibly inherit the kingdom of the Most High as long as we stuck in this carnal mindset to make us think that we are on God and we in control and all this old kind of stuff. And in reality, all it is that we've been prodded, we've been tested and proved, and what's the word I'm looking like? We've basically been manipulated into doing what we do based on what happened to us and our understanding. So what is that? It's no different that we ain't been nothing but mice in a maze where they've been experiment on the mice to get them to behave a certain way based on the stimuli that they receiving. That's all it's been with us, family. The powers of darkness, this is what they've been doing to us. Thus we're on the verge of destruction. You know what I'm saying? And if it ain't for the intervention of the Most High power to intervene in the lives of those who he's chosen, the scripture said, and talked about shortening the days. Look how fast time's going up. He said that if the days weren't shortened, no flesh would be saved. That's why time is going so fast as well, because the Most High is speeding up this process of his creation to ultimately so that he can bring forth the deliverance that he desires to bring to those who love him, those who he's chosen. Ultimately, with the purpose of now it's time to manifest the kingdom of the Most High power, to take away the powers of darkness that has been given this earth for a season, for the purpose that the Most High's perfect will can come forth as he delivers us from the darkness of this world and manifest the eternal kingdom of the Most High power, where all of us that exist then will be under the spirit of his divine love. So therefore, guess what? Eternal life is what you're going to have, because we all will be life givers. There will not be any longer anything that cuts the flow of life off. So, just remember, family, this world was created by the media. And the media is really the other voice that was in the garden. It's the one that's been here since the beginning there. That other voice in the garden, which was Hasatan, but it's really the spirit of our pride, because that's what Hasatan is. The spirits of darkness is the spirit of our pride, because man is the earthen vessel that the powers of darkness have been able to use to corrupt this whole existence, corrupt the Father's creation. But all praise to the Most High. The Father is about to take back his creation as he empowers those that he's chosen to manifest the kingdom. And as the kingdom of Elohim manifests itself, the powers of darkness got to go. Can't exist here no more. So guess what's going to happen to them? For a season, to be yet determined, going to be locked up. And therefore, then the whole world's going to get to see who the Father's chosen people are. Because we're going to be to the other nations as Yahushua was to us. That's how we're going to be a kingdom of priests, because now we're going to be living under the power of the Most High. So therefore, we're going to be operating in the spirit of his divine love, just like Yahushua did. So therefore, light to the other nation. Because the other nation's going to get to see things they didn't see before. Especially as us walking around here bragging and talking about we the chosen people. Yeah, right now we the chosen people that the Most High choose to bring these curses up on, because we ain't repented from the spirit of idolatry, and we ain't repented for the murder of his only begotten Son. And he holds us accountable for all that. And until we're baptized in the spirit, we can't see that. And we can't understand it or receive it, because our damn pride won't let us do it. So the bottom line is, hey, this is why you got to seek the Most High for yourself to deliver us from this pride that keeps us self-aware, that makes us make our own desires our own. So in other words, we are our own Elohim. So we ain't serving the Most High power then. So the bottom line is, family must be born again. And that's the only way that we could be delivered from the teachings of the media that has enslaved us to the darkness of this world. to the point that we ain't even got enough sense to realize that we already living in outer darkness, living like we do. And we have to be delivered from that. And only the Most High Power, Yah Elohim, can do so. He showed us that through his son. You know what I'm saying? And the bottom line is, but we don't understand the truth of the son from the absolute truth of the spirit, because we've been taught about the son through the spirit of religion, and we got it all wrong. The bottom line is, family, in order to come to the understanding, these are the mysteries of the kingdom that the Father is opening to his people who have a pure heart and a childlike mind to receive these truths. Okay, so the bottom line is, as I said, family, I think that's about all I got to say. But understand, family, we've been created by the media, and this whole world is under the influence of the media, and the media ain't nothing but the spirit of our pride, which is the spirit of Hasatan. And only our Creator can deliver us from that. So until we begin to truly cry out to him, as he said, and seek and search him out, even empty ourselves to come to the point that, Father, without you, we ain't nothing. I don't know nothing. If I've been had all my life by the lies of men, then what is that? What do I really know? I don't know nothing. So I have to come before you humble, totally, asking you to show me your will for my life so I can be who you desire to be in this time of cleansing, in this time that you bringing forth your kingdom. Okay, in this time that you are about to establish the kingdom that you desired from the beginning, is all we saw in the beginning was a snapshot of what was to come. But we had to go through this process to be created into the righteousness and the holiness of everything you are as our Elohim, so that we can truly serve you and permeate the spirit of your divine love, which is a spirit that gives life to the world around us, and overcome any spirit that desires to cut the flow of life and bring forth death, because that's what this existence is. And we need to be delivered from that, and only you can do that, Father. So, with that said, family, I hope I said something to give you something to think about. As I said, I'm not trying to convince you or nothing, or teach you or tell you nothing. Bottom line is, you have to take these things to the Father yourself and seek and search him out. And as I said, family, you know, I pray the Most High bless you above all things and in every way. As long as you continue to seek and search him out for yourself, you ultimately going to be fine. So with that said, family, I'll say till next time, one love and shalom.